Hi everyone, welcome back to my Bible reading channel where my goal is to bring the Word of God to as many people as possible. So right now my sister-in-law is being induced, so I will be an aunt again for the second time. I'm excited. So I'll have a niece and a nephew now. So for that, because of that, and then family plans this weekend, I will be doing one chapter per video for the next 3 or 4 videos, and then I will be back to more than that. So today I will be reading Nehemiah chapter 10. And the people responded, "In view of all this, we are making a solemn promise and putting it in writing. On this sealed document are the names of our leaders and Levites and priests." The document was ratified and sealed with the following names: the governor, Nehemiah, son of Hakaliah, and also Zedekiah. The following priest: Seraiah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Pashur, Amariah, Malkijah, Hattush, Shebaniah, Maluk, Harim, Meremoth, Obadiah, Daniel, Ginnathan, Baruch, Meshullam, Abijah, Mijamin, Maziah, Bilgai, and Shemaiah. These were the priests. The following Levites: Jeshua, son of Azaniah, Binui from the family of Henadad, Kadmiel, and their fellow Levites: Shebaniah, Hodiah, Kelita, Peliah, Hanan, Micah, Rehob, Hashabiah, Zakur, Sherebiah, Shebaniah, Hodiah, Bani, and Beninu. The following leaders: Parash, Pahath Moab, Elam, Zatu, Bani, Azgad, Bebai, Adonijah, Bigvai, Adin, Ater, Hezekiah, Azar, Hodiah, Hashem, Bezai, Harif, Anathoth, Nebai, Magpiash, Meshullam, Hezer, Meshezabel, Zadok, Jaddua, Pelatiah, Hanan, Anaiah, Hoshea, Hananiah, Hashub, Halohesh, Pilha, Shobek, Rahum, Hashabnah, Masiah, Ahiah, Hanan, Anan, Maluk, Harim, and Banah. Then the rest of the people, the priests, Levites, gatekeepers, singers, temple servants, and all who had separated themselves from the pagan people of the land in order to obey the law of God, together with their wives, sons, daughters, and all who were old enough to understand, joined their leaders and bound themselves with an oath. They swore a curse on themselves if they failed to obey the law of God as issued by his servant Moses. They solemnly promised to carefully follow all the commands, regulations, and decrees of the Lord our God, or of the Lord our Lord. We promised not to let our daughters marry the pagan people of the land, and not to let our sons marry their daughters. We also promise that if the people of the land should bring any merchandise or grain to be sold on the Sabbath or on any other holy day, we will refuse to buy it. Every 7th year we will let our land rest, and we will cancel all debts owed to us. In addition, we promise to obey the command to pay the annual temple tax of 1/8 of an ounce of silver for the care of the temple of our God. This will provide for the bread of the presence, for the regular grain offerings and burnt offerings, for the offerings on the Sabbaths, the new moon celebrations, and the annual festivals, for the holy offerings, and for the sin offerings to make atonement for Israel. It will provide for everything necessary for the work of the temple of our God. We have cast sacred lots to determine when, at regular times each year, the families of the priests, Levites, and the common people should bring wood to God's temple to be burned on the altar of the Lord our God, as is written in the law. We promise to bring the first part of every harvest to the Lord's temple year after year, whether it be a crop from the soil or from our fruit trees. We agree to give God our oldest sons and the firstborn of all our herds and flocks, as prescribed in the law. We will present them to the priest who minister in the temple of our God. We will store the produce in the storerooms of the temple of our God. We will bring the best of our flour and other grain offerings, the best of our fruit, and the best of our new wine and olive oil. And we promise to bring to the Levites a tenth of everything our land produces, for it is the Levites who collect the tithes in all our rural towns. A priest, a descendant of Aaron, will be with the Levites as they receive these tithes, and a tenth of all that is collected as tithes will be delivered by the Levites to the temple of our God and placed in the storerooms. The people and the Levites must bring these offerings of grain, new wine, and olive oil to these storerooms and place them in the sacred containers near the ministering priest, the gatekeepers, and the singers. We promise together not to neglect the temple of our God. And there you have it for today's reading. Thank you all so much for your fellowship. As always, if you have any prayer requests, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Some of you, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen in my stories, I had prayer requests for myself. If you guys could please pray for me. I've been very overwhelmed. As a lot of you know, I just had a lot going on with, over the past couple months, just with family stuff and just life in general. And so like trying to get back, bounce back from that, afterward has been extremely overwhelming. So I really just, want some peace, and I'm a type of person that gets overwhelmed very easily, and it makes it hard for me to operate. So I just really need some peace with this, being overwhelmed, and to overcome that. And then also just some guidance, with some certain things in my life. So I'd really appreciate that. Thank you all so much for your prayers, and thank you for your fellowship. I will see you tomorrow. God bless and goodbye.